Greetings from quarantine town of Lindsay, California, trapped in a bottle of my own emotions. I can't go outside. The store's not available because you have to wear a mask. Dang. We in the 21st century? No, this can't be right. I saw a picture yesterday of a mannequin who was of an obese person. It, it seems as if something's not right in our society. Or maybe that's just me. No, I think you notice that too. I think you sense it. I think you feel it. I think we all do to a certain degree. I believe that we just don't have all the pieces to the puzzle just yet. And because of that, we only see sections. And so you see a section, you're like, I think I know what's going on, but in reality, that's just a small piece of the whole pie. Well, I wanted to create a video today that was going to be beneficial for any person, regardless of. This is for humanity. This is not for a specific race or a specific type of person. It's for every person to get this information, because in my opinion, this is the truth. This is the truth of health. This is the truth of reality. I'm not saying that my truth is your reality. I'm saying that if you're creating your own reality, how are you doing that? Like, what is the measures that we all possess to create and manifest reality? Let's think about this for a second. If you look at the human structure and the anatomy and physiology of a person, we're all identical. Let that sink in. We all have the same functioning glands and organs. We have a body that is fed through the blood. Everything is created from cells. You have your lymphatic system, which removes all metabolic waste. You have your digestive system that removes all digestive waste. And together, it creates a homeostasis within the body that allows a person to live. Now, when you disregard these basic fundamental principles of your software, the tools that create and manifest your reality, which include your thoughts, which include your emotions, all of that is dramatically influenced by the soundness of the body as a whole, not one in particular organ or gland, but of everything. Now, don't get me wrong. If a person has an endocrine gland weakness, specific symptoms are created through non-functioning or over-functioning of glands or organs. And this is the part that a lot of people have not been introduced to this information to really comprehend what is happening in the body. This is why the medical field has taken over the control of humanity with ignorance. When you don't know how your body functions and operates, you can be told anything about it. Let that sink in. we got to understand this to move forward. I've spent time trying to pursue people into making me believe what I'm telling them. And then at some point it hit me where I was like, oh shit, they don't even know how the body works. They don't even know what I'm talking about. So how can they really truly understand it? And that's where we're at right now, is if you can understand what's occurring in your body. I gotta take my shirt off, it's getting kind of warm. Oh, damn. Oh, getting ready for the sauna. I'm gonna put my hair up real quick too. 1 second, bear with me, please. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna get this bad boy wrapped up. There we go. Okay, so here we are. And if we believe that what's occurring right now is real and in our best interest and for the growth of humanity, then you are mistaken. You are mistaken, because that is not what's occurring right now. And that's not what has been occurring. History always finds a way to repeat itself, especially when it's controlled. And if you think that our history is not controlled, that's a whole other topic of discussion that I will not get into. But I highly recommend, just as I would in the form of nutrition and health, you got to be re-educated by the proper individuals, because a lot of these scientists and researchers and doctors, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Absolutely not. And I don't give a shit how many years you went to college or how many degrees you have under your belt. If you don't know the simplicity of how, you can call it God, divinity, you can call it whatever you want to call it, doesn't even matter. If you don't know how and why our body is the way it is, without any outside interference, without no chemicals, without no surgeries, without nothing that is outside of ourselves. If you don't know how that is functioning and why it's the way it is, and pay the respects that somebody or something or some higher source, even if you want to say it's within us, has already created a perfect creation. Now, just to give you an example, let's say, for example, you are in below 20 degrees weather, okay? And you were to take a deep breath through your mouth, you would die. Your lungs would freeze up and you would die. However, if you breathe in through your nose in a 2-inch radius, the air that comes in at below 20 is transferred to 98.6, so you can intake it. If you're in a fire and the temperature is 200, 300 degrees, you breathe in through your mouth, guess what? You're dead. However, if you breathe through your nose, that heat goes to 98.6. That simplicity yet magnificentness of our Creator to do something like that, you can't, it's not evolution. I mean, evolution is real to a degree that we do evolve ourselves and our societies and our ways of life, like technology, etc. But the creation concept is what I'm referring to. That's given to us. We're born into this. Now, on the flip side, here we are, stuck in some Twilight episode. Everybody's afraid to be around people, go outside, wearing gloves, wearing masks, watching the news every single day, and living in fear, living in paranoia. Most people, or a vast majority of people, have lost their jobs. We're in a situation where this isn't America. This isn't a free country. Like, there's something that is beyond the comprehension of what's occurring, beyond what the eyes see and what the five sensories tell us, because that's all controlled. We're in a position right now where everything is controlled. This is why it is so important to break free. And I mean, you can't do this by yourself. I mean, you could do this by yourself, maybe 5 grams of mushrooms or some ayahuasca. You could do that by yourself, but who's ready for that? And I mean, it's been criminalized to even think about doing something like that. But that's all nature, though. I mean, this is the concept that has to be grasped. So we have to get back to nature. We have to understand the laws of existence for all living beings and creations on Earth. It's a part of nature. So we get back to nature. Guess what? We get healthier. We get more connected with ourselves. We get more connected with Source. That's the goal. But from the beginning, since we were born, since our parents were born, their grandparents were born, it's all been controlled. It's all been controlled. You've been told what to do, how to be, how to live, what to eat. And it's all been faulty. It's all been wrong. So we've been operating and we've grown and we've passed on these traditions of self-destruction because hypothetically, let's just say that we are or we were immortal, okay? But through years and years of genetic weaknesses that have continued to occur and being passed down have caused us and caused our lifespan to drop. Think about this. You have an obese kid at 10 years old who he's already wearing glasses, he's on asthma, he has asthma, he has all these health conditions, he's overweight. Do you think that little child at 10 years old is going to grow up to be 100 years old? Absolutely not. And if you want to say otherwise, wha-bam! Come on now, think about this. Yeah, your grandparents may be 80, 90, 100 years old right now, but they did not live in the motherfucking world that we live in today. They didn't have all the processed bullshit. They didn't have the artificial lights. They didn't have the be indoors all day. They didn't have the lifestyle that we live in now. Our children, if we don't make any change, are going to suffer because of this, because of our ignorance, because of our inability to change, because of our inability to accept the reality that we've been gypped, that we've been misled to believe this bullshit of reality that is not true. Which is why my mission for the past years now has been to, just get the mind right, to realize that health is more important than money. It's more important than material items. It's more important than fame and success, because you can gain all that, which a lot of people do. They gain their success, they gain their wealth, they gain all that, but then guess what? Health comes ticking in. Midlife ticking in. You get a little bit older, ticking in, and it takes it away from you. It takes life away from you. This is the part where it's like, okay, well, if we can just make sense that our health is more important than all this bullshit, if we can make sense that the powers that be want us to be vaccinated and want us to drink fluoride water, want us to live in an air ecosystem that is being emitted with toxins and metals all over the world, if we want to live in a society where we're indoors under artificial light, which is completely causing malfunctions and glitches inside of our body, which cause sickness, which cause symptoms. Because remember, all sickness, disease, cancer, all that is acidosis of the body. It's the chemistry of your internal terrain. If your body is suffering from any fucking condition, it does not matter. The label of what the medical society has put on all these patents of oh, you can't say I can cure cancer. You can't say I can cure Alzheimer's. You can't say I can cure strokes. You can't say none of that, because that's their world. Take a step back and realize, okay, well, why is my body doing this? Why am I having these symptoms? And then you realize that that's your own internal terrain, your internal environment. If you have a symptom that's arising in the body, you can connect it to an area in the body of an area that has weakness or has an accumulation of waste which directly everything refers back to the GI tract, and everything refers back to the lymphatic system, which is interstitial, which means that every single part of the body is being touched by blood and is being touched by lymph. The blood feeds the body, the lymph takes the waste away from the body. All right? And where does that waste go? The digestive waste comes out your bun hole, you shit it out. You got motherfuckers that are pooping once every 3 days, once a week, and thinking that's normal. That's not normal. Okay? All that waste matter that's inside of you that's not going anywhere, it's going to accumulate, and you're going to get the gut. You're going to get the big belly. You're going to become obese. That's one pathway. The second pathway, this is just not taught right here. You're not going to learn this going to school in this area, because of the fact the lymphatic system is not brought to surface. They have the interpretation that is incorrect, which has been passed on. So this is why it's not doctor's fault. It's the books and the information that is given to the doctors that is causing all this to be confused, to have confusion in the understanding. They don't connect everything. This is why if you have a problem with your eyes, you go to an eye doctor. You have a problem with your ear, you go to an ear doctor. You have problems with your gut, you go to a gut doctor. You have problems with your leg, you go to a leg doctor. I mean, they separate everything to keep everybody. You're getting pieces. You're not getting the whole piece. You're getting the pieces. Well, your lymphatic waste, which is 80% or so of the fluid in your body, compared to the blood, which is only like 20%, it filters out through your kidneys, your urine, and it filters out through your skin. Listen. It's an illusion, okay? It's an illusion that has a name. Cancer, a disease, a chupacabra, whatever you want to call it, all right? It comes back down to your lifestyle choices, your inner dialogue and your thoughts, your emotions, your own beingness of who you are. Don't get this twisted. Don't be confused. Don't be scared. Don't live in the fear. All right? Change your motherfucking diet. Change your lifestyle. Change your environment. Change the people you're around. Improve all that, and your life and your health will improve. I promise you that. I wanted to keep this video short. It's starting to warm up in here. As you can see, I'm starting to sweat already. But I'm gonna get into this though. We're gonna get into this, because people are living in ignorance and fear. We got to get out of that. And remember, this has nothing to do with me. That's nothing to do with I want you to live how I want you to live. No, I want you to be free. I want you to be educated. I want you to not live in fear of what's going on around in this world, around us. We can make a change, but the change always has to start from within. You feel me? I love you. We'll do this again. We're gonna do this again. Get this right. We're here to win, and if you don't win, well, you're losing. It's that simple. Don't fall victim to what's going on in the world. Okay, everybody's blind. Everybody's following a blind leader, if that makes sense. The people that are trying to control this earth and trying to control humanity, they're blind to the truth. They're blind to the light. They're blind to divinity. We can change that though. That's important. We could change that. All right, much love to you guys.